This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, this is a midweek critique for Friday, taking a look at everybody's icon sketches. And first up, we got Heath. Heath, you're doing Stonehaven English Toffee. Um, I think you've got some ideas here that come from the creative brief. Heraldry, the shield, these are good options to look at. But most of these, like these are word marks. And a lot of people did this. You wrote out the word, put it in a box. Don't do that. If you look at the assignment, um, we want an icon, a picture, and there's your name, Stonehaven, and then English Toffee would be below that. So think of it in terms of that, and don't do a word mark. Right now, you're just creating the picture. Um, the S is okay because it's sort of traditional English kind of thing going on there with the shield, but I would try to go beyond the number 7, which is this is English circle with flag under Stonehaven. Oh, that's this one. Yeah, okay, number 7. Number 9, let's see, coffee with S. I would ditch the coffee. You don't need to add another product, but I think a little deeper. Think in terms of the personality of this product, and maybe there's a character that would sort of personify it, or an animal, or something like that. So see what else you can come up with. I think one of the shield ideas would work, and then you need like a couple more. Austin, you have placed your sketches directly in one at a time. I hope you know how to use the template and can put them in there in the future. So for blood orange chocolate, I do like this first one. I think that's potential. Some of these are pretty abstract. Uh, Saffron flower. So this botanical idea might be okay. I think it needs some refinement. Um, and you don't have 10. Uh, I'm not sure where the tree is going. Let's see. Tree. Um, a blood orange tree. Yeah, if you sort of give this some sort of alternative feeling to it, or something that's not just a drawing of a tree, that could work as well. Next up, Bogaga, you did Ionas. I think this is your second round. Um, so you're doing some sort of Celtic inspired stuff, which is really good. I like number 4. I like number 5. I think that number 7 has some potential. It looks a little maybe more like beef jerky. This is that steer from Scotland. If you could give this some sort of twist so that it looks more unique. But I definitely think you're going the right direction. So 4 and 5 are good, maybe 7. But don't worry about the type yet. Just doing type like this doesn't really meet the assignment. So Josephine, you're doing Bermuda tea, and this is a tea that's very traditional, but from Bermuda. Um, you did a lot of sort of drawings about tea, like setups of tea and things like that. I would think more of iconic things, and what could you do that sort of represents the spirit of your product more than just like showing tea. Um, is it a crest of some sort, perhaps? Maybe there's a character or an animal or something that sort of represents this highly traditional tea. For instance, like in English heraldry, they use lions, they use unicorns. Maybe something like that would work better. Right now, I don't really see something that I would call an icon for a logo. All right, Adela. And by the way, everyone is submitting screenshots. You should be able to export a JPEG of that page and submit that as an image here, and it'll look a lot better than these screenshots. Pedro's Polvorones, which is Christmas cookies. The Koki frog is okay. It's used quite a bit, but I would steer away from just doing a picture of a cookie as your logo. Perhaps more Christmas type imagery. Cookie jar with the Puerto Rican flag. I would keep it a little more focused. Like maybe this one, if that's like a kind of cookie jar that it's gonna like evoke memories of childhood in Puerto Rico and Christmas time. So I would dig a little deeper and see what kind of cultural things beside the koki that you can find that sort of give this some life. And don't put the type inside. Don't worry about the type yet. You're just really creating the image first. McKenna, you are doing McFeeney's Irish Snacks. So I see you've got the little farm. The farm is maybe one idea. The clover inside a wedge of cheese, perhaps that's an idea. Like I said before, don't worry about the type yet. Just create the image first. So I see kind of like two ideas. You go farm, 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 cheese, 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 cheese. Think of other things that you could do for this. Like, is there a character? Is there an animal? Is there some symbol that could sort of sum it up? And see what you can come up with. By the way, your sketches are very dark, and I would take these into Photoshop quickly and just sort of make them high contrast so they're a lot more visible. William, you did Green Mountain Maple Mint Candy, and these are good. There are quite a few that are sort of repetitive. So Covered Bridge is good. The mountains are good. You've got a maple leaf. You used the maple leaf quite a few times with the map. I think 1 and 2 are potential options, and I would love to see a third that doesn't involve another maple leaf. Yeah, also maple leaf is a symbol of Canada, so sometimes that gets confusing, but I do get number 10 is so weird that maybe yes to that. But you're in solid territory and you're using your tablet and Adobe Sketch to do these, so they look really sharp. That's good. All right. Yeah, see now this as a logo is way too detailed. It's like an illustration more than a logo. This is like 8 times the size the logo would actually be used most often. So keep it simple. Destiny, you're doing Barbarella's Twisted Snacks. Again, you're using word marks. Don't do that. Remember the assignment says icon, picture, Barbarella's, category, Twisted Snacks, like that. And this has a sort of psychedelic hippie reference. So, and I don't really see anything like that in here. So read your 10 keywords, think about what that means. I do like this butterfly number 10. I think that's what Elise likes too. So that's one potential, but see if you can go a little deeper, no more words, word marks, and not as literal as just a pretzel. So have some fun with that. All right, Ariana Solbeso. These are pretty good ideas, conceptual, related. I like number 9. There's something weird about number 2, but I kind of like it. What's number 5? Let's see. Yeah, orange slice dipped in chocolate. Maybe number 6. Yeah, that's your favorite. All right. So I'm going to say 2, 6, and 9 are your best ones. Again, screenshot of your page instead, just do a JPEG of it. All right, so that's all for section 1. Professor Penna's class, taking a look at yours. First up, we got Kenya. You're doing Odessa tea, which is a Ukrainian tea. These are a lot of word marks using the word. As I've said before, icon, word, category. So images, number 1 is good. I would like to see images that relate to Ukraine and your Ukrainian grandmother and friendly, happy feelings like that. and less stuff about the word and the initials and all that. So see if you can come up with some other images that are more related to your brand idea. Bailey, you're doing swing set snacks, which is kind of a tough one. Clearly, you're going to put a swing set in your logo. That's going to definitely happen. So I do like when you alter the perspective a bit on that. And if the popcorn, maybe the popcorn's on the swing, number 7. The rainbow's okay idea. It's, it's a little difficult to work with. So give yourself some options. So one with a swing set, think about how fun the product is and how else it could be used. Maybe more isolated on a one person swinging or something. So I think you've got maybe a couple ideas here. And your sketches are being presented on a sketch pad. They're kind of dark, and you can make this high contrast, put these sketches into your presentation template to show them. That's how they need to be done finally. All right, Asia, you're doing Kuko's chips. It's the chips with lime. So I see this lime plantain tree. I like that one. That's an idea. And the rest of them seem a little sort of abstract, like you got a sun and lime maybe. That one's okay. So maybe one, number 5. And I would see if you can come up with some others that are more representative of the overall feeling of the brand. And perhaps it's a personification or a, like who's Kuko? What does Kuko look like? Think about that. Maybe that'll give you some more ideas. Alexis, you're doing Black Sea chocolate, which is a chocolate from Ukraine near the Black Sea. I would not do a chocolate bar. This is a little more high-end product, so you wouldn't want to do that. Let's see, number 3, chocolate bar enjoying the sunrise. I don't know. Chocolate bar might not like the sun, melts them. A ship is an interesting thought. But I would look into Ukrainian culture a little bit and see if you can draw some imagery from there, and don't use chocolate bars, and don't worry about the word mark to start. All right, Carmen, maritime soap. All right, so you've got an anchor in sea bubbles. Now, see, you're presenting your logos. They're not in the template and they're sideways. So make sure you're able to place these in the template to show them. So we're going to look at these sideways, but the compass rose is kind of overused a little bit. Ship might be okay. If you give your compass rose some sort of tweaked different thing, the whale tail with the soap, I kind of like that. So maybe number 1, number 7, 6 is kind of interesting. So you've got a few ideas that are okay here, but it's hard to look at them sideways. So see what you can do with that. All right, Kristen, you're doing salty dog, sea salt caramels. So you've got the dog. I like the dog. He's got some personality. Some of these are just sort of visuals related to the maritime, like a ship's wheel. But what about it? Like, are you going to make it unique? A star, anchor. So what you want to do is take like an anchor and make it your own. Like, why is it your anchor? What's different about it? And the ship, 7, large boat. Take the dog idea and see if you can push that a little further. Does the dog have some personality? Is he, where is he the captain of the ship? What's going on there? You could also think of Salty Dog as a person. What would that person look like? The ship is okay, but it's like, what makes it special? What makes it your ship for Salty Dog? Is it on a sea of caramel? Perhaps. You got another dog, so that's kind of redundant, but The paw is okay with the wave. You could maybe execute it a little more clearly, but and again, these sketches are kind of dark and low contrast. You want to like make them high contrast so you can see them better. All right, Carrie Ann, you're doing mint soap. So it's a bit Japanese. I definitely like number 6 right off the bat. Number 8 is very good. And maybe number 3, which is Japanese flag. No, I wouldn't do the flag. All right, how about number 1? 1, 6, and 8 are your best ones. But this is pretty good work. Again, sketches could be higher contrast. And Kevin, you're doing atomic cookies. So these are the cookies from Area 51. So we've got a flying saucer, levitating a pepper. Excellent, good work, do that. Rocket ship going around the cookie. All right, that's good. I'm not sure mushroom cloud is so great. I understand it is atomic cookies. Let's see, what is number 5? 5 is, oh yeah, the atom with the nucleus. I don't know if you can make that more appealing, like a cookie. Actually, I like number 1, number 3, and number 4. I think those are your 3 best, so I would just go with those. These are good, clear sketches. You presented them in the template. Good job there. Caitlin, you are doing stone soup, and creatively you came up with a caveman, which is kind of fun. I don't know. It hasn't quite come together yet, but there's something funny about that idea. The number 3 is a soup bowl made of pebbles. I don't know, you got to make this a little more appealing. Stone soup is a soup that's sort of homey, and it's like you're making your own homemade soup, but not really. So I would think of those kind of warm, friendly, appetite appealing ideas and see if that takes you in a new direction. Because right now, I don't think you've nailed it for stone soup. Make sure you're reading your creative brief carefully and understanding it. All right, Brandy, cactus cookies. So this is a good sort of drawing exploration of cactuses, but it's not really icons. You're combining a pepper and a cactus, so that's starting to become an idea, but every time you draw a cactus, you want to like, what's special about the cactus? What is making it unique for your product? How do you relate it to your cookie? And how do you make the cookie look appealing, sound like an appealing option? So think a little more metaphorically about the product and where it comes from and who would eat it and what do they like, and is there a character or an animal that represents it. And you've nailed it with the cactuses. You've drawn enough cactuses, but none of these are really icons. So go deeper. All right, that's all we got. I hope you guys are having fun with your sketches. This is very creative. I look forward to seeing the rest of your work. Have a good weekend.